I first want to say good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know Saturday morning could be tough, but I'm so thankful and also inspired by the parents and also by the students. And gentlemen, I'll say this. I know it's sort of hard to listen to speeches and presentations early on Saturday morning. Okay, I had a long week of class, had a long week of studies, but I do want to just give you guys some helpful tips that helped me along my way, and also parents too. Thank you so much for your support. It definitely takes a combined unity of the school and also the parents. But when talking to Mr. Rayford, he wanted me to try to deliver a message about high school. Okay, so how many students right in here are in middle school? Raise your hand if you're in middle school. Middle school, all right. Got you. Okay, raise your hand if you're in high school. Okay, good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, all right. So first things first. I have only 10 slides up here, but I'm not pretty much a slide person where I read everything verbatim, because I have to elaborate, meaning I have to make it meaningful. So I have a couple stories I'm going to interject. I have a few tips and just guidance, okay? But my first question in the morning is this. Do you want me to be real, or do you want me to be fake? Real. Of course everyone says real, okay, or thinks real. But with being real, you might hear some things that might affect or pertain to you. And so instead of getting in a defensive mode, we have to have an open mind. If I want to give you the happy-go-lucky, like you guys are going to do great, I'm here for you, everyone's going to be successful, I can say that. But unfortunately, by statistics alone, some people are not going to make it, or some people are going to struggle a little bit more. And so I have a different charge this year. My name is Henry Caudle. I work at Central Bend High School. Worked there for 4 years. I recognize some of the faces in the crowd. Okay? And what I want to say is that I have a different charge this year. Clearly, everything going on in the world today is disturbing, but it's also real. And so the first thing I said to myself this year, after seeing multiple videos, multiple protests, multiple just negativity in the air, is I asked myself, what can I possibly say to African American boys to do the right thing? Sometimes we get shot on the ground. Sometimes we get shot with our hands up. Sometimes we get shot by being polite. Sometimes we get shot just by being a bystander. So when you're doing the right thing and tragedy happens, it's hard to say, don't do this or don't do that. So my charge this year is I have to talk to you about being respectful and also being accountable. Those two go hand in hand, okay? So this leads me to my first slide, students only. And I thank the counselor beforehand because she broke it up beautifully. So students only. What type of high school experience, for those who are in high school and those who are yet to get in high school, what type of high school experience do you want to have? Do you want the success pathway or the struggle pathway? Just think about that. Let me say it out loud. The success pathway or the struggle pathway? That's the first question. Okay, for my parents, same question, a little bit different. What type of high school experience do you want your child to have? The success pathway or the struggle pathway? Okay? It's a very basic question, but there's different characteristics that go into each. All right? So when I said, you want me to be real, okay? I'm just going to say some things that in my experience I have seen, I've talked to, and I've expressed. And so in my 4 years in high school, I'm a visual learner. I don't believe it unless you show it to me. Okay? Meaning that I hear all the statistics, I hear all that, but unless I go through it myself, then I don't know the struggle. I was a hard-headed. You know when I hear hard-headed? And you guys admit it? Oh my God. Okay. Great. Wow. Okay, you guys, okay, thank you.
You weren't expecting that.
I was not expecting that things go a lot easier. Okay? A lot easier. And first things first is that, let me give some background about myself. I've been in education for about 15 years. I started in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I went to school at the University of Michigan, so they played it at 3:30 against Wisconsin. Come on with it. But even Wisconsin, okay. But what I want to tell you is this. When on the campus of the University of Michigan, I got asked 3 questions all the time. Number 1, am I from Detroit? I wasn't from Detroit. Okay, I'm from Iowa. Anyone know any black people from Iowa? Exactly. Okay. Number 2, are you an engineer? Oh, I'm not an engineer. That's analytical, very technical, very math oriented. I said I'm not an engineer. Okay. Then number 3, are you an athlete? I wish I could be. You know, I mean, I have the build, I have the look, but I was not an athlete. I was not from Detroit, and I was not an engineer. So already off the bat, I was put in a box. I just couldn't be a black male from wherever I was. I had to be one of those 3 things. So that's pretty tough, because when you get judged before they even know your name, you're already behind the 8 ball. So when I say that I had to learn perseverance the hard way, meaning what happens when your teacher says that she's not going to give you the assignment because you were late to class? You get mad and say, okay, I'm about to drop the class, which just makes you take the class again. You get upset and say, okay, I'm about to show you I'm not going to come to class anymore, which in turn hurts you. Or better yet, you say, I'm going to have my mama call you and she's going to cuss you out. Which in turn, the teacher is going to judge you even more and not call the mom because she doesn't want to get cussed out. So all those 3 examples hurt me. So that's why I had to change my tactic. I'm a visual learner. I had to go through it, okay? So when I say the success pathway or the struggle pathway, there are definite characteristics of each. So, student who chose the success pathway, okay? The characteristics of these students are constant communication with their teachers, constantly. Meaning, hey, Miss Jones, how you doing? I'm gonna turn that in on Thursday. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Miss Wood, how you doing? Constant communication, even in the hallway. That helps. Number 2, involved in extracurricular activities, not just football or basketball. The chess club, debating. I know you guys debate. I just heard debate earlier, talking about someone's big head. Okay? But what I'm saying is that the only extracurricular activities that are available are not just basketball and football and sports. In fact, the ones behind the scenes actually make more money initially because not too many people do it. All right? Students that check their e-class page daily. See, now we're starting to get to the real. Okay? Because I see kids on cell phones all day long. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, posting everything. I asked them one question. Hey, log into your e-class. My password got changed. I get all these excuses. Like, wait. You're a technology genius, and the only password you can't get into is your grades? Okay, all right. Follow the dress code policy. Like the counselor said before us, I see green draws, red draws. I think there's supposed to be white draws. Plaid color. I see it. I don't want to see anyone's draws, but I see it. So if I see it so much, I gotta say, okay. If you're sagging your pants, then you let them know that you really have self-confidence. I'm not that confident until people see my underwear. I get embarrassed. Okay? I'm always looking at myself to make sure I'm just got it just right. But when I see people who don't care about their appearance, that directly correlates to their attitude. They're like, forget everybody. And then minimum referrals for behavior and attendance. Now I say 0 to 3 because everyone has a bad day. Okay? But when I look at a student's behavior and attendance record and I see isolated incidents, I say, oh, you just had a bad day. But when I see it full of different infractions, multiple tardies, multiple AWOLs, it's hard for them to convince me that it's not a pattern. Okay? So these are the characteristics of students who want the success pathway. All right? Now, in the direct opposite, students who chose the struggle pathway, and I don't think students really choose the struggle pathway, but they accept it. Okay? So number 1, minimal communication with their teachers. I mean, If she don't say hi to me, I'm not gonna say hi to her. I'm gonna walk right past. See me in the cafeteria. She got on my nerves today. I'm not gonna say anything to her. She called my mom last night. I'm definitely not gonna say anything to her. He said he's gonna talk to my coach. I'm done with him. All right? Occasional attendance at extracurricular activities. It's occasional because you got in trouble at the house. You can't go to the football game because of your grades. You can't go to the dance because you didn't clean up the trash. Okay, so when I say occasional attendance, people are actually surprised that you're there because you always get in trouble. That was me. Never check their E-class. Don't know where they stand academically. Hey man, how your grades? I don't know. How many classes you failing? How do you think you're doing? I don't know. I need to work on some. All right, which ones? I don't know. All right, okay. Frequent dress code violations. Okay, inappropriate shirts, sagging the pants, and I thought sagging was out. Sagging was in like the early 2000s and 90s. You know, the baggy clothes, and then we went to the skinny jean phase. And I still see people sag skinny jeans, which is crazy to me. It's tight all up in here, and they sag. I don't really rock skinny jeans, but why would you sag them? I thought that was the point of the skinny jeans. But anyway, I don't want to digress. Then multiple referrals for a variety of reasons. Meaning, it's just not one thing. Meaning, you just don't have an attitude. You're late and an attitude. Or, you're late, out of dress code, and an attitude. Or, you got a referral yesterday, you're late because of that referral, you're out of dress code, and you have a bad attitude because you can't go to the game on Saturday. Alright? It's a combination. So the students who chose or are in the struggle pathway have these characteristics. It might be minimal, it might be frequent, but they're there. Alright? Now the good thing is, I don't know you, so I can't judge you. Only you know, and it's like a self-reflection. So if you take the time to reflect on yourself, then you can A, talk about yourself more positively, B, have more confidence, but just like my first test when I said, who is a hardhead? Me, have that same accountability. When I say, who's failing classes? Me. Have the same accountability. Don't be hard in class, and then you get soft in front of your mom. Don't talk like a gangster, like first through third period, but you talk like a regular student after school. I'm saying, if you're going to be bad the whole day. If you're going to be bad in front of the pastor, be bad in front of your granny, be bad in front of your mom, be bad in front of me, because at least it's consistency. At least I know I'm not crazy, because sometimes your parents think they're crazy, because you talk to them like a fool. You talk to them like a dog, but they're going to go hug your teacher. How does that work? Okay? So, parents who chose the success pathway for their students, which is everybody, okay? Constant communication with teachers. This is for parents. Constant communication. If you rely on the students, you're not going to hear anything until it's too late. You can't come to a parent conference in April saying, well, why is my kid failing? No one ever called me. That's the responsibility of the parent. Constant communication, whether you like it or not, it helps. And I'm going to get to the reason why it helps. Number 2, parent portal access and frequent checks. Please, don't rely on the student to tell you what homework they have. Don't do that. They're going to give you the one assignment they got 100 on last August. They're going to give you the 190s, okay? I learned that tactic in college. Why would I call my parents with bad news? Why would I call them, hey Dad, I failed a class today? No! I'm calling, hey Dad, I got to be on my test. Now granted, that was the only test that I got to be on. We had 57 tests, but the one test I got to be on, he heard about it. Okay? Know your students' friends and associates. Oh, now we're getting to it, parents. If you know your students' friends only by nicknames. Oh yeah, that's Junebug over there. What's Junebug's last name? Oh, I don't know. Where does Junebug stay? I don't know, like they just became friends. He went around with a little boy in the neighborhood. Like little boys in the neighborhood always get that. He messed around with some little boy in the neighborhood. What's the little boy's name? I don't know. They just live 3 houses down. Okay. All right. Know when important school events occur. Progress reports, open houses, concerts, games. Because if I'm doing bad in school, the last thing I'm going to do is say, hey mom, come talk to all my teachers. Not happy. At open house, I'm saying, oh, my mom has to work, knowing she's off. Okay? I had it this year with open house. the parents all wanted to see told me, well, I didn't know about open house. I'm like, really? We gave 18,000 communications to your student. Okay? That's where this comes into play. Parent portal access, because it's right on there for last month. All right? And then, please, don't ask, do you have any homework? Or have you completed your homework? Don't ask that question. Take that out, take that out, take it out, take it out. Ask them, can you show me your e-class page? Because that shows everything. Don't ask about homework. Don't ask about homework. Ask about the e-class page because it has everything from A to B, A to Z, birthday, last day, everything. You can see it for yourself. And we are much smarter than them. So we'll figure it out. Okay? So all those lies, so I'm doing this to help you out, by the way, too, okay? I'm doing this to help you out. But all the lies and all the fluff you hear is eliminated when an adult looks at, well, why did you turn this work in yesterday? Oh, she's still grading it.
Yes.
It doesn't. Look, but, ladies and gentlemen, if the students know the acronyms, if they know what IEP means, in progress, then clearly we know what it means. Well, I don't see an IEP. It doesn't say in progress. It says NTI, not turned in. So when you don't turn it in, how can it be in progress? Meaning the acronyms are user-friendly. Okay, so they know how to access it. After 30 seconds, we'll know how to dominate it. Once you know how to dominate it, then you're going to check frequently, just to make sure. Okay? Now, parents, I know you didn't choose the struggle pathway, but for the parents who have students who are in knee-deep in the struggle pathway, have these characteristics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I love everybody. I do. Good morning. I'm not here to judge you. I don't know first names and last names, so I'm not talking to anyone individually, okay? But if you look, parents who have students in the struggle pathway dread communication from their teachers. Do not have your teachers call me. I'm about to block the number. Don't have your parents call me. Don't have the administrator call me. Don't have anybody call me from the school. They dread it because it's always bad news, or typically bad news. Number two, never access the parent portal. They're not sure how to access the parent portal. Have many parents who come to me right around prompt support time, right around grade time. Oh, then it's on and popping with communication. They come to me. When they come to me, they have questions. You know, I might try to call them 3 weeks ago with a bad number, but they come to me. When they come to me, and I say, well, when's the last time you accessed the parent portal? Oh, I never had that set up. I sort of got to stop the conversation right there, saying, well, how did you know to come see me now? Did you get bad grades, a bad report, multiple teachers? But there has to be a reason why you're coming to me, okay? And then they only know the first names or nicknames of their students, friends. They're not sure where the friends live or if they've never met or spoke to the friends' parents. The last part is key. I couldn't go over to anyone's house to sleep over. My mom said, y'all not sleeping over, y'all probably sneaking out, y'all probably going over here, y'all probably meeting up with some girls. She knew that. I'm like, Mom, we're just gonna listen to music and just play video games. For the first hour, yes. For the first hour. Right when they go to sleep, we're out the door. And I'm saying I did it, okay? So, they're not aware of school events or important dates. Yes, every Friday's a football game. We know that. But when's open house? When's the Title I meeting? When's the parent access help? When's the ESOL night to give strategies? If they don't know those dates, they can't come to it, okay? And then, like I said before, they ask the questions, have you done your homework or do you have any homework? I call that question the grammar question. Meaning, do you have any homework? No, I got it all done. Okay, very good. And then that's it. Meaning, my grandma used to ask me, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? Mom, I want to be a football player. Oh, that's good, baby. And that's it. She didn't ask, do you play football now? How many days do you practice? Do you have good grades? What school you want to go to? She just said, do you want to play? And I said, yes. Oh, well, that's good. I'm total opposite. That's why when I saw Duke University up here, how many of you guys want to go to a name school? Meaning, I know what it is. Where you want to go? Auburn, where you want to go? Alabama, where you want to go? Art Institute of Atlanta, very good. Where you want to go? Miami, I hear you. Where you want to go? Miami, Florida State, Yale, Duke. Berkeley, California. I hear you, West Coast style. Texas A&M, Duke, UGA. That's wonderful, babies. That's a grammar answer. My second answer is, how you gonna get there? Because there's 105 other students look exactly like you that want to go there that might have better grades. They might be better than you. So what makes you stand out amongst the crowd? So I hear Texas A&M, Yale, Duke, Harvard. I'm like, gentlemen, for those high power institutes, you should have known this in the 6th grade. If you want to go to Texas A&M and Yale, I'm saying you just get so exposed so quick. When I went to Michigan, how I got there, my cousin played football. He said, come up with me and hang out for a weekend. I said, awesome. I go up there. I actually met Desmond Howard. I actually met Tyrone Wheatley. And I also met Caudle Jr., who was a strong safety for the Indianapolis Colts. They inspired me. Not my mom, not my dad, really not in my family. They said, hey, little man, you come here to be just like me. Desmond Howard told me that. He was running the track, the Heisman Trophy winner. I said, Desmond, I'm gonna be just like you. That's what inspired me. Meaning, if you want to go to Auburn, Yale, Texas A&M, you need to know some facts about it. What's the student enrollment? What's the cost to go there? If you know that, then I believe that you're serious. Because everything else right now sounds like it sounds good. Do we have Auburn grades? Do we have Texas A&M grades? Do we have Duke grades? You guys have cell phones? Show me E-class. Take it out. All right. There, right there. All right. There. No, I always need a live example. I always need a live example. Okay. But if you guys look, so get it up, my man. So if you look, there is a good news to this story. For the people or students or parents who are in the struggle category, there is a way to get in the success category. Okay? First of all, parents, you have to join a school committee. Yes. You have to get involved. The students and parents who are constantly at the school get better care. Yes. So parents, I know this is an investment. I know you have to work, but if you get involved, more teachers see you, they're going to talk nice to your student. It's almost human nature. If I see your mom come to school every Friday, I'm not going to get live with you. I'm just going to tell her what you did. Okay? Number 2, have a parent-teacher conference with all teachers ASAP. Monday, set it up. Don't wait. Get the report of all the teachers today. Meaning on Monday morning, if you think that your child has the characteristics of the struggle pathway, I don't know, you guys know, they know. If they have those characteristics, set a parent-teacher conference on Monday and start that thing off right now. Like the one thing I said I want to do is give you guys advice and help to help you out today. Not next semester, not in April, not in May, but on October 3rd. Okay? Number 3, establish a positive relationship with the counselor, administrative, and coaches. The parents, and I see a couple, I am almost at their call. When they call me, it's a direct line. Yes, Ms. Jones, I'll talk to them today. Yes, Ms. Jones, I'll go ahead and get them involved. Meaning, I work harder for the parents who I know because they're there. I call 15 parents and don't get a hold of 2, I get burned out. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm just going to wait for them to call me. Okay? I'm just telling you stuff that other administrators say. All right? I have a different charge, so I do it because I can't let them walk past without saying something. So I'm saying I have a different charge on me. But for the majority of administrators, if you don't talk to them, they won't talk to you till it's too late. Too many referrals, too many AWOLs, too many targets. Okay? Establish an effective communication log with the school personnel. Clerks, because they help me out. Clerks are really the key. My clerk is Ms. Brenda Honore. Okay? If you can't get a hold of me, you talk to her, she will give me the message, and she has a certain look. Say, Mr. Caudle, he didn't call his parent. Yes, ma'am. So she's working for you as well with the personnel. In a big school, you don't know who to turn to. All you need is one person to trust. Okay? You need one advocate for you. And if that advocate is the administrator, I'm not going to let you fail. We're going to bump heads. I'm going to talk to you tough. I'm going to be in your face for good, but I'm not going to let you fail, at least without you knowing all the ins and outs. By pure statistics, some people are hard-headed. Okay? Number 5, have your students show you their work and grades by accessing their e-class page together. Show me your e-class page. Show me your grades. Have them show you what's in progress. Because everything is according to them, right? Everything I turned in, she just hadn't graded yet. Attend as many important school events, family, or have a family representative, older sibling, aunt, cousin. Have some representation for you at these events. That's just as powerful, that's just as important. Okay, the more that your presence is shown, the more and better care you get. All right? Inspirational quote. Now, I did Google this and no one had said it, so I put my name to it. Look, I did Google. I can't get sued and lose my job, right? But effective and consistent positive communication directly correlate to the success and achievement of your child. In the short version, the more involved you are, the better you do. When I was at Michigan, I was, like true story, I tried to walk onto the basketball team, right? I did. How the trials worked, the basketball team was in the stands in Chrysler Arena. There's about 50 walk-ons, or potential walk-ons. The first drill, this is when I learned I was in the big leagues. If you've ever been boxed out by a 6'11" guy who can play, I'm getting elbows all, I'm nowhere near the rim, okay? The first drill was the coach said, everyone at half court, dribble down the court, crossover, and he said, dunk it if you can. I said, oh, yeah, here we go. First dude, about 6'5", about 250, huge dude. He gets up there, dribble, sort of look. We crossover, I said, psh, I got him there. He went up, boom! I said, I can't do that. I can't dunk it like that. Not in the first try. You know, so I was like, okay, I'm like 8th in line. I go, get up there, my little crossover. I go to dunk, boom, I miss. Already I'm out. He said, you go sit over there. It is cutthroat at Auburn, at Texas A&M, at Yale, at Harvard. Meaning, if you've never been yelled at like a drill sergeant, I got yelled at so bad, the assistant strength and conditioning coach, because there is a turn to the story, I was actually good enough to be a practice body. They said, oh yeah, the big schools, man, they don't care. What are you talking about? Auburn, you think they care about your feelings? No, you match the same size, come here, man. So I was a practice body, and I said, yes. I said, Mom, I made the team. So far from the truth. I tell people, I wish I could have been the water boy. He had more clout than me. I wish I could have been the assistant to the water boy, okay? A practice body meant that you don't get any of your schedules changed. You don't get any of the clothes. You don't get any of the shoes. All you're good for is to come in at 4 o'clock and get dunked on. It was the Maui Invitational, okay? I said, oh my God, I said, Mom, I'm about to go to Hawaii, Maui. I'm so glad I didn't say it. But one day the practice body said, hey, coach, can we go? This is the assistant coach. He said, you guys don't even dress for home games. He says, you don't even sit on the bench with us. You sit behind the bench. And I was like, so what's the perk of me getting dunked on and elbowed and missing? I had full class. Athletes, okay, so for those big name universities, this is what happens. When you go on a scholarship, they hook you up with a mentor, they hook you up with an academic advisor, and they hook you up with tutors. Because half your day is tutoring, after that is practice. That's a regular scholarship person. If you're not scholarship and you're walk-on, that means you keep everything the same, and you just come and hope you can get in the game. When you're a practice body, you keep everything the same. They don't care whether you're going to make it or not. And it's basically up to you because they can get as many practice bodies as they need every day. The assistant coach can go to the intramural block and say, hey, I need 3 practice bodies to practice with the men's varsity basketball team. They're lined up like Disney World. So you can just pick 3. And so once the coach says, now I know I'm in the crowd, mothers and the parents and everything, but he basically said, you guys should be happy to clean our drawers. Now all y'all get the F out of here. I said, thank you, sir. Thank you. Here's your clothes back. I went and joined the band the next day. That was my wake-up call. He let me know that there was no chance for me to even see, I couldn't even see what's on the bench. So this is the bench. I just sit over there. Like a regular, you know what I'm saying, paid person. So how would that look? Me sitting there saying, hey, you know I practice with them, right? Man, we're in the 50th row. Why aren't you down there by the team? I just choose to sit up here. No. So it's one of those that when you pick high-name athletic universities, I want you to think about the behind the scenes. What happens if you get hurt? We see it now. Running back for Georgia, tweaked his ankle again. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, in his mind, is his plan B starting to become real? Plan A is the dream. This is my childhood dream. Listen to everyone who gets the MVP award. It's always been a childhood dream of mine to be up here. NBA champions, NFL champions. It's always been a dream of mine. It's a dream. Reality sets in. What if you get hurt? What if someone else is better than you? What if you have an attitude? What if you get into it with a strength and conditioning coach? Okay? What if you're a 17 or 18-year-old, you're the all-star at your high school. You go to a big university, and now you're a small fish. You're used to getting all the people come to see you. You're not going to call your friends to come see you and warm up and that's it. Right? So what I'm saying is that when I hear of these big power universities, it all starts with these characteristics. And all it goes back to is also perseverance. And I say, parents, the phrase I hear the most is, I want to give my students something that I did not have. I'm with you on that. We don't want to see you guys struggle initially. Why? But the one thing that we sometimes forget is the perseverance factor. If you have a bad day, you're quitting your job. If you have a bad day or have a bad class, you're cussing that teacher out and walking away. There's no perseverance, meaning the easiest thing to do is quit. That's the easiest thing. The hardest thing to do is come right back in the same class, right back in the same teacher who you got at, and you listen and abide by the rules. I had a couple boys this year. They wanted to get, argumentative with teachers, and they thought that was going to help them. I used to teach math in Atlanta Public Schools and Baltimore City Public Schools. Before every grading period, I asked myself one question: did this student give me a hard time this week? He did give me a hard time. No, he did give me a hard time on Wednesday. That's what I think about before grading. Because if you think teachers are going to let you act any kind of way and give you your exact grade, that's the biggest okey doke in the world. If you think you have rights and you can just talk to anybody how you want to, and then you get talked to crazy and then you go run to your parents. I love this one. The students who say they've been wronged. Oh, I love that. They come find me at 6 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Caudle, I got to put out class for no reason. Okay, well, come here, son. Look, I'm actually glad you're here because I had 3 referrals from you last week for you. I didn't have to find you. So whenever you say you've been wrong, you're just bringing more light on yourself. Meaning, are you in class on time? Are you in dress code? How many referrals have you gotten? So if you have the characteristics of students who struggle, that's going to be a much tougher conversation. If you have no referrals, if you're always in dress code, I'm saying, well, why are you here? Like, what happened to you? A teacher said something to you, let's go work it out. So that's why I'm saying the characteristics determine all. Okay? Now, as you guys can see, I'm passionate about this. That's why I'm sweating like this. Okay? And I was a little warm in here. All right? But before I go any further, what's your name, son?
Tay.
We're ready in?
9th.
Okay, what school you go to?
Parkview.
Okay, what's the name of your counselor?
Michael Hinton. My counselor?
Counselor?
Miss Dave.
Miss who?
Dave Steve.
Okay, how many times you seen her?
0.
Why is that?
Because I've never had any trouble in school, any trouble self-learning.
This is a wonderful 9th grade freshman. I haven't had any trouble yet, okay? But high school, second semester is a roller coaster. Now, do you know how to make your way through Parkview, all the hallways and everything?
Yes.
Okay. Do you stay after school for tutoring?
No.
Okay. How are your grades?
Good.
Show them to me. And while he's pulling up, I have to start with the freshmen. I have to start with the young ones and say, hey, this is how you do it. Okay? You got it? All right, read it to me.
Health 91, theater 100.
I had to check. You said all 90s, right? Look, I gotta check. Frequent checks.
9th grade literature 91, algebra 1 91, world geography honors 89, and biology 89.
That proves the point. Those who know their grades, those that can talk about it will gladly volunteer. Gladly. I can see 55 boys run up here, you know what I'm saying, with the phone looking at me. But there is one or two to show that, hey, it can be done, and that's why we do it. So, I always use real life examples to say, hey, I have to see it to believe it. Meaning that, if you come in as a freshman, he's on a wonderful track. Where do you want to go to school?
Berkeley.
California, right?
Nah, it's Boston, Massachusetts. It's a college of music. It's a college of music.
Do you see how he corrected me about his college? He has goals. Okay? Oh, what do you want to do? Last question, what do you want to do once you go to college?
I want to, what I want to become in the future. I want to become a music, not composer.
Producer?
Yes, a music producer.
What type of music?
Rap.
Okay. Now, when I'm talking about the athletics, there are over 900,000 aspiring rap artists in Atlanta. Over 900,000. Okay. Do you have any stuff on YouTube or Google?
No.
Okay. Do you use profanity in your songs?
No.
Do you listen to music that has cursing in it?
Yes.
I'm not used to students being so honest. Last question. What song you listen to right now? What last song you heard? What song motivates you? What song is it? Nah, don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Give us the edited version. Get it?
Oh wait, the volume?
Yeah, man. We have women and kids and everything. Yeah, man. Clean version. No, don't be nervous now. Come on with it.
I really can't choose.
Okay, who's your favorite artist right now?
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane. Look, I'm also a fan of Gucci Mane. So he just got out of jail, you know what I'm saying? But he's changed and turned his life around. I can't even recognize Gucci Mane. Have you seen Gucci Mane lately since he's been out of jail? How's he look?
He looks skinny.
Yeah.
He just got his ankle brace off for his house. He just got off a house arrest.
He just got off, but it's free. Okay, so thank you, man. Look, great job. Keep going, man. So parents and students, all I'm saying is this, okay? The reason why I just wanted to have this opportunity is because when Mr. Rayford came to me, I just wanted to have a chance to talk to you guys before it's too late. In reality, high school is almost too late. You got to set in your ways, okay? After middle school, it's hard to change lifestyles unless something happens. And the last thing I want to say is that when talking to, especially black boys, if you ever see your mom cry in front of you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, that's what changed me. I used to lie to my mom all the time, for little stuff. Until I saw her cry, I'm like, nah, I feel bad. I don't want to see her cry. She cries behind closed doors, whatever, I didn't see. But when I saw her cry because of me, that's when I said, okay, I have to change something. So all of this, wait on kids, wait on kids, wait on kids. Because when you have kids, like I have a baby girl and one more on the way, but when you have kids, oh, the game changes. My baby was born in November 2013. That same week, the new PS4 came out. The birth of my first child. The new PS4 and Madden, Need for Speed, and NBA waiting for me at GameStop. I had to say, before kids, man, I'll play till 2 o'clock in the morning on school. I didn't care. Now with kids, I gotta play for 2 minutes. I haven't played Madden. I saw the old Madden. This is my first year ever. I didn't get the new Madden when it came out because I have responsibilities. And so what I'm saying, you can't have a little child mentality when reality hits you, because then no one's gonna care. Okay, so what I'm saying, if you're gonna be good the whole day. If you're gonna be respectful to everybody. If you're not gonna be respectful, don't be respectful to anybody. I'm saying, pick one or the other. Don't flip-flop. Don't be the emotional roller coaster and say, well, have a good day, have a bad day, because that's unpredictability. I don't know if I give you bad news if you're gonna, tear up my shop. I don't know if I tell you not to come into work if you're gonna, try to burn down the place. But if you have a pattern of consistent behavior, then I can say, okay, well, he gets a little bit upset if you yell at him. That's from, prior examples. Okay, so that's why I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to give you words for you not to listen. But what I'm telling you is that we all look alike. And that's why I'm here early on Saturday morning, because I said I have to say something to you. My charge is different this year because society is not fair. The only thing that we have in common, gentlemen, besides being black, is that we are an endangered species. That is the truth. There's more unarmed black men being shot than silverback seals in Africa. I'm saying. Like, people actually treat animals better than us. Do you think that if a cop were to pull us over, he's actually going to listen to a question we have? It's like, it's hard to try to even give the analogy, but when I got pulled over one time, actually, when I was in college, the Pistons had just won the NBA World Championship. I was up in Michigan. I was happy. We went out, and we went out. We went to Denny's to go eat. When I went to Denny's, I had on my Pistons jersey, sweatband, all this stuff, and I looked like, I guess, a hoodlum, according to some folks. When I walk in Denny's, I see 2 officers walk in, and I said to myself, man, someone's about to get in trouble tonight. I said that. The cops come right to my table. Boom. I'm like, hey, officers. They said, come with me. I'm like, yeah, you. Step up. I said, okay. Take me outside. I said, what's it about? Blowing this. Breathalyzer. Blowing this. I'm like, what'd I do? Blowing this. The second guy sort of, like the stance for like this, like, if you don't do it, something's going to happen. I said, psh, okay. Blowing it. He looked at it. Said, blowing it again. I blew it again. Looked at it. Showed his partner. And then they're whole different people. Okay, so how can I help you, sir? I'm like, whoa. Like, why did I get breathalyzed? Well, we just got a report that somebody hit a car in the parking lot and left. I said, why would I hit someone's car and then come in to eat? Why would I hit someone's car in the parking lot and then bring myself in and sit down to eat? That's when the cops sort of changed their tune. But what I'm telling you is that if I would have failed that breathalyzer, they wouldn't have listened to a word I'd have to say. So what I'm telling you is that if people don't give you the initial respect, you have to be calm, cool, and collected and get your thoughts together, because the easiest thing to do is to get live. I'm in the last story. Look, I have them because I'm going through the same thing y'all going through in a real life status. That's why I can talk to you. Whatever you guys want to do, I want to do the same thing. You want the new Jordans? I was looking at Jordans today. Okay? I just bought some Jumpman gear from Michigan. I mean, I'm doing the same thing, y'all. Right? But when looking at society today, okay, if you were to get live and get upset and get angry, and I love this. Does anyone ever lie to your parents? You guys lie to your parents at all? Okay. You guys actually raise your hand high. Okay. Thank you. Okay, put your hands down, please. Put your hands down. Everyone raise their hands. Put your hands down. Accountability. Right. But if you lie to your parents, right, and you don't tell them the truth about anything, when time comes for you to actually get the help, they might not fully believe you. My dad's favorite saying is, Henry, we're not going to know today. We're not going to find out tomorrow. We're going to find out what you really need. Okay? Because he didn't believe me. I lie about everything. So if you lie to your parents, it takes so long to get the trust back. But what can help is getting good grades. If you have 8 teachers talking positively about you, if you have 6 teachers talking about how well you're doing in class, that helps out a lot, okay? And so you might wonder why my motivation is what it is, and it's because this little girl right here. Meaning, I can't go to jail because I won't be there for her. I can't get in trouble and lose my job because someone said something crazy to me because I won't be there to provide for her. So what I'm saying is that, just like the captain said beforehand, if it's not for you, do it for your family. Meaning that I have to be at work on time every day with a good attitude because she needs some shoes.
I do too.
And that's my wife right there. Hey, okay. So, gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this, okay? And this is part of being a man too. If you did it, own up to it. If you did it, if you were late, don't say, oh, you saw me down the hallway. No. If you're not in the classroom, own up to it because adults and teachers are not used to hearing accountability. I'm not used to hearing, Mr. Caudle, I was just late, my bad. I'm like, man, thank you. Give you a handshake, go on to class. Where you say, man, I had to walk from 300 to build to 400, and I'm not trying to hear that. That's why they're talking to girls in the cafeteria. Okay, so all I'm saying that if you did it, own up to it because that's going to help you out in life. That's going to get you a first job. They might give you a test to see how you react to it. My parents were good for taking stuff away to see what I do. Some people would go for broke. I used to play basketball. They said, you can't play tonight's game. I used to be so mad at school that I get a call after lunch saying, you can play. He just wanted to see how I was going to act. That's a test. I do the same thing. Okay, I'm about to give you 2 days of ISS. What? That was just a test. Now you got 3 days of ISS. All right? Because if you're doing that to me, you're giving your teachers the blues. You're giving your parents the blues. So, all that, I'm going to close with this saying I'm here because I should care. Like the students who know me, you know, like they can ask about me, the parents who know me. I've had the same tone since day 1 to the 100th day, and it's all out of love. All right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, my wife is coming to pass around takeaways for the parents, so you can just hook up this side.
Let's give Mr. Caudle a little round of applause there. Since our parents are raised here, are there any parents or mentors who do not know how to access the parent portal? Is there any parent who does not know how to access it? Everyone's good? Because we're going to show a demonstration real quick, but it looks like everyone's good. So, Ms. Mark, you hear that? These parents know how to access the parent portal, so I'm glad to hear that. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and our parents and mentors, we're going to go to a relationships training called Jerk Training. That's going to be done by Mr. Harmon. Hold on, student, have a seat, please. Student, have a seat. And that session is going to be held down in the productivity lab. So when you come out of the cafeteria here, you're going to go to the first hallway and make a left, and it's the first classroom on your left. This is a computer lab called Productivity Lab, and that's going to be about 10 minutes. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Students, you can remain here. Yes, ma'am? Okay, you need help with the portal? Okay, we'll show you how to set